right, let's talk quickly about the Nuhre stuff. The Nuhre and Endymion stuff. Man, this drama is insane, bro. Holy shit. Where this came from, I have no idea, man. I have no idea. So we're just gonna touch on this quickly, and then we're gonna get to the Nintendo Direct. So even I'll be gooned. Of course I'll be goaded. I don't hide that shit. Of course. But I still want to see. I want to see Kata gooning. I want to see him trying to hide that shit. Because you know he'd be trying to hide. He'd be like, I don't goon. And then next thing you know, he's talking about feet. You know? All right, so serious. So we got Nuhre. Nuhre, I think quote tweeted this. So Endymion made a video. Endymion made a video about Grums and the whole Western Kabuki nonsense. And he says that the law has been broken to attack and bring down the people who want video games to stop pushing agendas. It's all insufferable and highly illegal. This has to end. And Nuhre quote tweeted this. And she said the following. Endymion, let's not pretend you don't have your own agenda when it comes to video games. Anyone paying attention can see it. You've built a career off of hyperbolizing, is that a word? Every controversy, spinning every narrative to fit your bias, and profiting from outrage. The truth is, this endless cycle of manufactured culture wars is exactly what's killing your so-called movement. You don't want fair discourse. You want perpetual conflict because it keeps you relevant. Even when a game is widely praised, you'll twist the narrative, cherry pick, or outright lie like you did with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, just to push your ideology. You're not fighting for gaming. You're farming engagement. At this point, both extremes have blurred together. You've become exactly what you claim to oppose. So let's go back really quick. Actually, hold on. I have Endymion's response. I want to read Endymion's response first, and then we'll kind of break them both down. So Endymion's been real fucking black lately, bro. I don't know if you guys are aware. I've told him this myself. Endymion has been ratchet. I like this version of Endymion. He's been ratchet. But the thing is, Nuhre can match that energy as well, which makes this so funny. So Endymion says, I regret ever platforming you in any way. You're delusional and retarded. There's no point in discussing anything with you. Kingdom Come 2 is mid. Shadows is mid. I 100% these games. You're just looking for Twitter engagement because your YouTube channel is effectively dead before it even started. Just go demanding more presence from your simp followers. Maybe if enough of them buy from your wish list, you'll feel better. She has a boyfriend, by the way, guys. She's not going to be with you. You're just buying this parasite-free stuff, and she's letting it go to her head. How someone who stagnated this quickly thinks she's in any position to act like she's somehow morally superior, or just in terms of any culture wars, beyond me. Go back to obscurity, you foul-mouthed, parasitic fool. Never speak my name again. I'm done giving you any clout that you so desperately crave. You speak for nobody but your self-serving, materialistic self. Go annoy that Eddie person if you want drama. I am done with you. Holy shit, bro. What is going on? What is going on? Oh, man. At this point, I think it's safe to say that Endymion 100% has called this number and got a lot of training.
Thousands of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit up on that ass right now. Big niggas. Thick niggas, curvaceous niggas, affectionate niggas.
Mwah, nigga. You want that true nigga shit? Let's call the line off top.
Bro, which one is he? Is he the affectionate one, or which one is he? Wow. Okay, so obviously we're making fun of this. We're making fun of this, right? But they're seriously going at it. So I got no stake in this. I got literally zero stake in this fight. But I'm going to give my 2 cents about both. and then we're gonna move on because this is retarded. Like, this fight came out of nowhere, literally nowhere. Oh, he's the curvaceous one. Okay, that makes sense. So he's curvaceous. Got it. Okay. So there's a couple of things I disagree with Nuhre, and there's a couple of things I disagree with Endymion on both. With Nuhre's she's always been outspoken. She's always been the kind to just be out there, like just going for the gold, basically every response she puts on Twitter is always like out there, right? Now, she says that he has his own agenda with video games. Maybe. I feel like everybody has their own agenda for something, so maybe. Anyone paying attention can see it. Now, this thing I disagree with. You built the career off of hyperbolizing every controversy, spinning every narrative to fit your bias, and profiting from outrage. This whole profit from outrage thing, I can't stand it. Because the thing is, it is not our fault that people are angry at the current state of the gaming industry, right? As YouTubers, that is not our fault. It is not our fault that we are talking about things in the gaming industry that are affecting it in ways that we don't like, and it's not our fault that many people agree with that, right? It is the fault of the gaming industry as to why people are angry with the gaming industry. Just because we talk about it and we profit from the supposed outrage, that's not our fault. Because if people were loving the gaming industry and we were talking about it, would people say that we are profiting from, I don't know, happiness? Like, nobody would say that. Nobody would say that. The only reason why people bring up the profiting from outrage is because it happens to be a majority negative conversation right now. So again, I don't agree with this. I think this is, quite frankly, it's just a weak argument overall. Because profiting from outrage, you're making it seem like if it's a bad thing, that he's getting paid to talk about the issues that are in the gaming industry. If he wants to talk about the issues and only the issues, he's more than allowed to do that. It's his YouTube channel. He can talk about whatever he wants, just like she's allowed to talk about whatever she wants. She can literally talk about whatever she wants. But to say that, oh, you're just profiting from outrage, to be fair, just so Nuhre understands, there are people that said that about her as well. And I'm sure she's aware of that. Because I know for a fucking fact that Eddie was saying that about Nuhre nonstop during Dragon Age of Veilguard. Eddie was saying that nonstop about Nuhre. Oh, you're just profiting from outrage. And what did Nuhre do? She went on stream and she's like, yeah, bitch, I'm making a lot of money. And what? You're just mad. You're this. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. So let's stop talking about profiting from outrage and all this stuff, because the moment we start bringing up money, what does someone's money have to do with anything? You're going to have people try to make the correlation and say, well, if he wasn't getting paid for it, he wouldn't be saying it. You really think that? That's a leftist point of view. I'm not saying she's thinking about that. I'm just saying in general, when people bring up money, it's like, you really think that's going to stop people from talking about it? I got a perfect example as to how that's bullshit. Just recently, Toasty got demonetized from a harassment campaign that was set her way on YouTube that got her demonetized, right? So she stopped making money from YouTube. She can't make any money from YouTube. So according to this logic, she's going to stop talking about her anti-woke stuff, or she's going to stop talking about the things she wants to talk about, right? Because it's only about the money, right? No, it's not. She pulled herself up from her bootstraps. She figured out a way to get some money, and she's still talking about it. She didn't stop talking about it. She kept going. Even after the demonetization, she's still going. So that whole thing about, oh, if we take their money away, they're going to stop. No, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Anyway, so let's see. So truth is, this endless cycle, manufactured culture war. It's not manufactured. I don't agree with that either. It's not manufactured. You know how it's not manufactured? Because we are starting to see changes happening in terms of certain video games. Certain video games are failing so bad that it must go past Twitter. In order for that to be happening, it must go past Twitter. There's no way that a game like Assassin's Creed Shadows could be getting felted so hard unless the conversation is going past Twitter. It's going past the online space. I think it's safe to say, or you know what? Even better, I got you even better example. Look at Snow White. Snow White. What world do we live in where Snow White live action is getting felted right now? What world do we live in? A Snow White movie is struggling to pass $150 million after being in the box office for almost 2 weeks. You think that has to do with manufactured outrage? Like, no, that's obviously, it's going past that. Now the real world is picking up on this. You know it's true because you also have it being talked about from a governmental standpoint. You got Brett Cooper, somebody who doesn't give a fuck about video games, talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. It is very clearly going past that, in my opinion. Oh, I'm sorry, Snow Brown. You're right, chat. You're right, chat. I'm sorry, Snow Brown. Sorry, my bad, Snow Brown. Snow Brown. You don't want fair discourse. Maybe she's right. I don't know. Because, again, I have no idea. You want perpetual conflict because it keeps you relevant. I think just uploading videos keeps them relevant. Even when a game is widely praised, you'll twist the narrative, cherry pick, or outright lie like you did with KCD2. I mean, I disagreed with Endymion on KCD2. We're still cool. You're allowed to disagree with people. It's perfectly fine. You're not fighting for gaming. You're farming engagement. Again, people made the same claim about Nuhre. People made the same claim about her when she was doing the whole nonsense with Dragon Age the Veilguard. I think what it is that, well, let me finish reading it. At this point, both extremes have blurred together. You've become exactly what you claim to oppose. I think that's fair to say. I think it's fair to say that the extreme sides of both sides have definitely blurred to the point where you got people acting real strange on either side. Obviously, I would say probably more on the left than the right. But you do have your Yorch Torches, you have your JDAs, you have people that claim to be on the right, and they act the same exact way. I wouldn't put Endymion with those people. I think that's not fair to put Endymion with those people. They are completely different. Let's go to Endymion's post, and then we'll kind of keep breaking it down from there. So Endymion, I don't even know what to even say, bro, because this man just went straight for the jugular, bro. I was honestly surprised Endymion responded, because here's the thing. Like I said, I know Nuhre, and Nuhre, she goes off, bro. Nuhre goes off on Twitter all the time, bro. All the time. And some things I agree with her on things, some things I don't agree with her on things. And she knows that. I have no problem saying how I feel to anybody. She knows that. The same thing with Endymion, I would hope anyway. So he says, I regret platforming you in any way. I mean, that's fair. He can have that opinion. You're delusional and retarded. Okay. Again, that's his own opinion. Kingdom Come 2 is mid. I mean, I disagree, but that's fine. Shadows is mid. I agree. Whatever. You're just looking for Twitter engagement. Again, I find it ironic that Endymion just accused Nuhre of the same thing that Nuhre just accused Endymion of. Do you guys notice that? You guys notice that? Both of them accused each other of farming engagement. Both of them accused each other of literally the same exact fucking thing. I find that to be kind of funny. Your YouTube channel is effectively dead before it started. I mean, she has stagnated, but that's because she doesn't really upload. Not that much anymore. Just go demanding more presence from your sim followers. Maybe if oh my god, dude. So he says she has a boyfriend. She ended up making a post that she has a boyfriend. Who cares? Like, seriously, who fucking cares that Nuhre has a boyfriend? If you were sending gifts to Nuhre thinking that she didn't have a boyfriend or that she was going to somehow give you attention, I mean, you kind of deserve that. How someone who stagnated this quickly thinks she's any position to act like she's somehow morally superior. I mean, there are some posts that Nuhre does say that comes off as morally superior, but I mean, at the end of the day, she's just speaking from where she's the kind of person that is going to speak from how she's feeling at the time. And a lot of the time she might end up changing her mind later down the road, or she might double down, but she's very out there with how she speaks. And I think somebody like Endymion, who's a little more reserved, or at least he used to be before he went black. I think he probably he's not used to that, most likely. Go back to obscurity, parasitic fool. You speak for nobody but yourself. go annoy that any person if you want drama. Now, this is a good point from Endymion. This is a good point from Endymion, right? So Endymion does bring up the fact that there was a lot of drama between Nuhre and Eddy, which we all know about. We all know that Nuhre and Eddy had a lot of drama. And I'm sure if there was another Dragon Age game that would come out, I'm sure that Nuhre and Eddy would have all the drama in the world again. Who's Eddy? Eddy is a trans content creator that was basically a shill for BioWare. And their channel's now dead because everybody can see through it, basically. But they had back and forth nonstop. So my thing is, again, if you're going to tell people that they're outrage farmers and they're this or that, whatever, then you should at least just make sure that you didn't have any outrage farming in the past with your content that you willingly and openly said that you partaked in, right? It's kind of like if I went to Endymion and said, well, all you do is talk about the bad issues in the industry. It's like, bro, I talk about the bad issues in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Or people who try to go to other people and be like, well, you're a gooner. Like, oh, so you're not? You're not a gooner? Really? You sure about that? It's the pot calling the kettle black. Exactly. I think at this point, what Nuhre is doing is expressing her frustrations with the overall conversation that's happening, right? Nuhre doesn't seem to like Grums and Grums' overall takeover, I guess, of the conversation, which I can agree with to some extent, which I've said before. I think that she's very frustrated with where the conversation in gaming has gone lately, especially over the last month or so. But I don't think she does a very good way of explaining that frustration. I think she lets that frustration just explode outwards into an overall rant. And if she happens to quote tweet the wrong person at the wrong time, then it's going to end up with this. I don't think she personally hates Endymion. And obviously, I don't think Endymion hates her either. I just think what's happening here is they're matching each other's energy, right? Nuhre decided to quote tweet Endymion. Because to be fair, she did start this. She started this one. And Endymion decided to match the energy, get a little ratchet, and finish it. That's basically it. They both are deciding to get in on this. And at this point, this is just another fucking bridge that's burnt. It's like people are just so... This is what happens when you win too much. Right? Gamergate 2 was winning so much that now people are just fighting whoever they could get their hands on. You know what I mean? It's like, that's really what it is, bro. People are just flat out going after whatever they could get their hands on. I don't agree with Endymion when he brought up her boyfriend. Her boyfriend has absolutely nothing to do with this. There's no reason to bring up her boyfriend in this conversation. I know why he did it. I could tell why he did it. But there really is no reason to bring up the boyfriend. You know what I mean? Other than that, though, these two are just doing the same shit that happens on Twitter all the time. They're going after each other and accusing each other of the exact same thing. You're a Twitter engagement farmer. You're a YouTube engagement and farmer. You're an outrage farmer. It is like, oh, okay, whatever. But what I will say, it was for her Sims. Yeah, no, I get it. I get why he did it. I'm just saying I don't agree with it. Because again, you're bringing in other people's personal, you're bringing in other people's personal like lives. You're like her boyfriend's not here right now. Her boyfriend's not here on Twitter going back and forth. There was no reason to bring him up. But I get why he did it. Now, there is one thing that I disagree with Endymion heavily that I want to bring up. I don't know if I have it saved. Hold on. Let me see if I have it saved, please. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? So Endymion ended up responding to Brett Cooper. This was a little bit weird. Let me try to find it really quick. God damn. What's going on with me today? Okay, so here we go. All right. So Brett Cooper put out the post about Kada and the video and whatnot. Right here. Okay. So Brett Cooper says, do you want to play a video game where the protagonist is a black Japanese samurai who has gay love affairs with non-binary characters? If so, the newly released Assassin's Creed Shadows might just be the game for you. Shout out to Khalil Too Short for joining to give me all the deets and the insights, right? So naturally, I mean, every normal person would be pretty excited for Kata. You know what I mean? I feel like we all, guys, I'm gonna do the tier 2 thing after the clip. Let me just finish the segment. I see you spamming the chat. Let me finish the segment. Everybody would be excited. I feel like everybody would be excited about Kata, you know, being in the video. Like, yo, congratulations. That's awesome. You know what I mean? I just think this is a little weird. I think this is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Endymion says, damn, I could have helped out with this video, but oh well, still good. What do you mean, oh well? What do you mean? What do you mean, oh well? Now, maybe he's joking. Maybe he's joking, but my guy, I don't believe that. And Endymion, bro, come on, man. Come on, man. This is screaming envy, bro. I gotta be honest with you, Endymion. This is screaming envy, bro. Seriously. Like, it's okay. So it's one thing to reply and say, wow, awesome video. If you decide to do something like this in the future, I would love the opportunity to speak with you. Right. I feel like that is the professional way to say it. Right. Like, hey, you know, Kata did a great job. If you want any more insight, maybe I can help you. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. You know, but bro, you're saying, damn, I could have helped out with this video, but oh well. Bro, oh well. Oh my God, dude. That's like implying that Kata didn't do a good enough job. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I cannot agree with this in the slightest, man. I can't. But I'm sure, listen, I'm sure he's going to say he was joking. I'm sure. So then he responds and he says, I'm not saying the other guy shouldn't have helped, only that I would have loved to help too is all. People taking this weirdly. Honestly, it's a weird comment, bro. It's a weird comment. It is a weird comment. I'm sorry. Like I said, we could agree and disagree on all kinds of things. But this is definitely not the kind of comment I would have left. And then you said other guy, bro. What the fuck? Like, he's tagged in the posts. He's literally tagged in the post, bro. What do you mean other guy, man? What are we doing? Othering black people now? He's like, yeah, that Negro. Yeah, that fucking do-rag wearing 5 foot tall, feet loving Negro. Yeah, that guy, that other guy. What do you mean? What the fuck? Bro, Endymion, when did you get so ratchet? This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. He just othered, he just Voldemorted Kata. He Voldemorted Kata. He's like, yeah, you know, we don't really speak his name around here. It's just that other guy. He's that other guy. Bro, this is wild. Yeah, I gotta say, man, this is some hardcore fucking envy. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And it's kind of sad because it's like, bro, Endymion, you do very well for yourself. Everybody cheers you on that I know of anyway. Like, I love to see the success. This guy gets hundreds of thousands of views per video. Right? Very successful guy. That's fantastic. Keep it going. Keep killing it. But bro, to be out here taking Kata's moment and having this like it should have been me energy is just I really thought you were above that. I really did. I thought you were above the like it should have been me energy, bro. That's like what the people who hate on us act like all the time. They act like that all the time, bro. When they talk about super chats, views, all kinds of shit. That's how they act. I really didn't think like this. You should not have done this. This is a pretty big L, in my opinion. Kata says that's weird, bro, but all right. Yo, that's my response too. Oh man. Yo, this is great. I'm fucking dying here. Oh man. This is so accurate, bro. Epic Mike says, I mean, kudos for Khalil Too Short for getting a spotlight. We celebrate each other's victories. Exactly, bro. Exactly. Yo, look at Goonerfist. Goonerfist. Me. It should have been me, bro. Cassie. Raven Rainfall. That's a weird response. Why it's metal. Ducka. I'm with it. I'm hip. Oh, man. Bro, Khalil Too Short is one of us. We should all be happy for him and sharing it. I don't believe that he doesn't know who Kata is. You want to know why I don't believe that? Because there's no way that you cover Assassin's Creed Shadows and you don't know who Kata is. Even some of the smallest content creators know about that viral video that Kata made that got him discovered in the first place. That viral video is what made me reach out to Kata. And then next thing you know, he's part of Saturday Night Hypnosis. But like, you're not going to sit here and cover Assassin's Creed Shadows and pretend like you never saw that video, that you don't know who Kata is. You know what I mean? As a regular non-viewer, okay, I can understand, but as a content creator, come on. She's married. I don't think he's trying to do this for a gooning thing, by the way. I don't think he's trying to do this for a gooning thing. I don't agree with that. Dash Attack says, dude, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, dude, this is the weird thing to say. Perhaps you just take a break. What kind of response is this? No one's obligated to ask for your help. Daniels. Oh, my God. Oh, look at what Kata said. Kata said, of course he knows me. We've talked in DMs before. Bro, so that just makes it even weirder. That makes it even weirder, bro. Like, if he spoke to you in DMs, that he clearly knows who you are. So, again, man, I agree with a lot of what Endymion said when it came up to Nuhre. I agree with some of what Nuhre said when it came to Endymion. But this shit right here, this is weird, bro. This is weird. We gotta be better than this, man. We gotta cheer on the people who are in our space, and just like don't be envious, man. Don't be envious. Don't be jealous. Don't be nothing. Especially when you're rocking out, bro. You're rocking out, bro. Like, Endymion is massively successful. This is great, man. Congratulations. Keep it going. But don't fucking, bro, that's punching down, man. That's like me. That's like if I were to go into some, I don't know, like Kata's stream. If I were to go into Kata's stream and if he got $1,000 in super chat, if I were to go in there and be like, damn, this money could have went to me. Next time before you super chat, think about watching my channel. Bro, are you serious right now? Come on, man. We gotta be better than this, bro. There is no fucking reason we should ever have this level of envy. Did I use punching down unironically? No, well, I mean, damn, you got me. All right, Kata's short. All right, you got me. It is what it is. You got me. But that's not good, bro. Envy is not, bro. You guys know I say this all the time. With envy, what happens with envy is that it starts to take you over little by little. And before you know it, if you let it keep going too far, it afflicts you in the worst way imaginable. There is nothing worse in this world. Well, I mean, there is some things that are worse, but there is nothing worse in this world than to have the feeling of that should have been me, right? I mean, there's people that are still to this day afflicted by envy from Eric July and the Rippaverse. You know what I mean? Like, people, I was not calling Kata short. People are they're still envious about that shit. They're losing their mind over it. It's bad. It's bad. You don't want to do that. I don't think Endymion's quite there. I hope he's not. Like I said, I like Endymion. I do like Endymion. But this was not a good look at all, in my opinion. So, but in any case, aside from that, Endymion versus Nuhre, they're going back and forth. I think they stopped. I'm pretty sure they stopped at this point. And I just hope that they just agree to disagree at this point, because there's really no point for this to be happening. Right? I think there is a lot of fighting right now in terms of like infighting, and the reason why is because, quite frankly, people are trying to, I guess, split off into camps, and they are trying to make it a thing where they're just fed up. They're fed up with the overall conversation. I think Nuhre is not, she's not really like trying to be part of this, I guess, nonstop conversation about what do you call it? About, you know, gaming and whatnot. She just wants to play her games and do her lore videos, and that's fine. That's fine. She should do that. I think she'll find joy in that. But overall, that's basically it. So they got too bigs for their bridges. I don't know if it's quite there yet. I think she just doesn't want to be part of this. You know, it takes a lot to constantly talk about issues. It takes a lot to talk about issues all the time. And some people are just not built for that. Some people can't do that, right? Which is why I try to even it out. Right? I have my commentary channel to talk about issues. There are some good things that happen that I talk about on this channel as well. I try to be as well-rounded as possible. My live channel is meant for just gaming, just straight up gaming, which is a lot of fun. And we have a lot of fun over there. And then my manga channel is just all fucking hobby talk. You know, it's all nonstop hobby talk. Just talking about my hobby, talking about what I love about manga. You got to spread it out. You have to. Otherwise, it's too much for a lot of people. It really is. You can't please everyone. I agree. You can't. 100% I agree. You can't please everyone. And you can't go into YouTube expecting to please everyone. If you go into YouTube thinking you're going to make everybody happy, you might as well just check out now. Just check out now, because you're not going to do it. And you're going to let those haters become really big voices in your mind. And you're just going to lash out. You know what I mean? So that's basically it. You got to spread it out. All right.